Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Kelsey with Teaching Online with Kelsey. So before we get started on this video, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell down below so that you're notified of new videos on my channel every week. And one thing that you may have guessed by the title of this video is I'm actually going to talk a little bit about my experience with Outschool this year and how I have been pleasantly surprised with how teaching on Outschool has been for me and how I have had a resurgence of students come on to Outschool. And I know many of you watching this, many of you have subscribed to my channel and watched my videos because of ALLSCHOOL. And the fact of the matter is, I have not found any other information about ALLSCHOOL. Even as a founding teacher, no one from the ALLSCHOOL team has reached out and given me insider information. No one has said, hey, would you mind testing this or that out? You know, that sort of thing. I haven't heard anything from ALLSCHOOL, and there have been a few changes that, you know, have kind of made me decide, you know, not to say ALLSCHOOL is not a platform that you shouldn't teach on, but I'm now switching things up to where the needs are. And what has happened after I had moved into our new house and have gotten settled in and gotten back to content creating is a resurgence of students finding my profile on Outschool and asking me to tutor their students. And I thought, this is really interesting because literally, like, aside from my flex classes, which even then it was here or there, you know, just very few students for flex classes, I had crickets. I even offered, you know, winter camps and it was nothing. And I thought, what the heck is going on? And when I suddenly realized that I had a resurgence of one-on-one students pop up and say, hey, we'd love to have some tutoring from you, I jumped at the chance because I thought, you know, it's been so quiet on the Outschool and I almost forgot how to teach on there. And I was really glad to get back on the boat for Outschool because if we're honest, Outschool was the platform that kind of jump-started my journey to having a YouTube channel, to even think about leaving a full-time job to teach online for full-time work. Like, it's Outschool that I have to thank for. And it's almost like full circle coming back and being able to teach classes on there again. Now, granted, I don't believe that the extent that I'm doing on Outschool is going to be anything that I did back in January of 2021, where it was all I would be doing, just because I'm still at my part-time job. I'm still committed to doing online content creating, like for this channel and for Instagram and all that fun stuff. So, and then just TPT and just other life things, just trying to enjoy life for as it is. So, you know, it's not going to be as it was then, but what we're going to do here is I'm just going to show you what I have on my profile and what it is that I'm offering that has kind of had a resurgence on the Outschool platform for me. And hopefully the tips that I have learned from my experience will be helpful for you in terms of if you want to teach on Outschool this year and maybe you have questions like, is it oversaturated? You know, or, you know, do you think you have a chance of like having success on Outschool? You know, so let me be that guide for you in 2023 and just seeing how Outschool is. And hopefully this can give you some good insight. So we're going to move over to my computer screen where I'm going to share the screen and you'll just see for yourself what it looks like. Okay, so what you see here is my Outschool profile, and it still has all my re-enrollment rates and the followers. And so you can see, like, I have a significant following on here, and the fact that it was all completely like crickets throughout this entire process, like, you know, where I have, you know, haven't really seen any kind of enrollments or anything, like, you know, it's crazy. But as you can see from here, I do have upcoming classes coming up, which one of them being lessons, so Montessori tailored lessons. In case a lot of you don't know, I am a Montessori trained teacher. So it's probably helpful as the reason like why I have a lot of followers is many families like the Montessori method. They look to me for all their Montessori needs. So it kind of helps, but I can't explain why it was just like crickets for so long, other than I put a lot of focus on ALLSCHOOL for so long, and I used that driving method to kind of push Outschool on the back burner. But since I'm having this resurgence, I'm happy to say, you know, that I'm getting classes back on Outschool, and I just kind of want to show you like what I have on my profile. I really haven't changed too much on my public teacher profile, other than just some updated things, just in terms of like, you know, I'm still saying, you know, early certified Montessori teacher, Crow Music lab cover artist, one-on-one tutor, and YouTube content creator. So, which that is such a wild bag all on itself, that this is what I do. So when people ask me like, so what do you actually do? Like, you know, it's so complicated because as online teachers and sometimes content creators, we do lots of different things. It's not just one specific thing that we do. But I have, you know, updated my profile. I have not updated my video, but I did do this video like about 6 months ago, like 6-ish months ago. So it's still like relatively new, even though it has maybe a very similar background that maybe a lot of you remember seeing from the other house. So bittersweet, you know. But, you know, I mean, really, like, I haven't really updated too much stuff other than, you know, how long I've been teaching online, you know, and added blurbs. So, you know, I've updated just a few things, including my profile picture. That way it's a little more accurate. But I want you to see the schedule that has happened, which we'll do no enrollments, and we'll still show the flexible classes. So I do have a couple of flex classes going on, and then that will be starting soon. And what I have discovered with flex classes, if you're still watching, for Outschool, is like creating scarcity in these flex classes and not offering them every week. Because if we offered them every week, you know, that's when people are not going to sign up for the course, because it's just like, oh, okay, so I can take it whenever. But when you only offer it once a month, you're creating scarcity in terms of like, oh crap, I can only take this course like this month, or I can only take this course that month. So hopefully with this mindset, it'll create, you know, parents, you know, this idea of like, oh, we got to make sure to sign up for this class, you know, in this moment. So looks like it's going good, because even the flex classes for about a couple of months have been very, very quiet. And I thought, what the heck, is my time at Outschool being done? But then all this resurgence came up, and I'm not mad about it. So, but I want to show you. So I have, you know, the Montessori lessons, like I've mentioned here. But I also wanted to show, this is a brand new class that I have here, and it's about YouTube. So it has nothing to do with science, nothing to do with the solar system or anything like that. I'm teaching like how to start a YouTube channel, and I'm teaching to an older group of kids, and I already have 2 learners so far. And this is a course that I created about a couple of weeks ago, and you know, and just in time for like when kids get out of school for summer and that sort of thing. Like, I just never thought, you know, because I tried to create new classes before and it would just be nothing, and then I would end up archiving the class. But I thought, I really want to share some YouTube knowledge to kids that maybe want to start a YouTube channel, and starting them young. And I already have 2 learners for my first YouTube class starting up. So then we have the lessons, and then I also have a one-on-one student starting very soon, where they're just meeting one-on-one how to start a YouTube channel. And it's almost like private lessons, but it's like specifically for YouTube content creating. So And then it's 4-day camp. So this is where you see the 4 meetings there. Now, in the middle of June, I have 3 learners already for the second group of the YouTube channel class. And, you know, it's one of those things that, you know, it is a popular topic on Outschool, and it is just one of those things that you essentially have to, you know, do your research and figure out what it is that parents are looking for in terms of classes. And if the niche that you're teaching, or, you know, something that you are passionate about, if it's something that lines up with what the kids are looking for, and if it's not, taking those subjects and being like, could I create a class on this? And, you know, is this something that would still be excited to teach about? And if that answer is yes, then go for it. And, you know, teaching a YouTube class as opposed to a Montessori space camp, or a, you know, or a dinosaur camp, or, you know, anything like that, it is a little bit out of my element, but not completely, since you've seen me on YouTube and all that stuff. So, you know, it is really interesting, you know, to see, you know, what is it that the learners on here are interested in, what is it that they're looking for. And then another thing to gauge at when you look up, you know, sometimes I did a video going like incognito for what classes are popular on Outschool, you know, doing that research, which I'm gonna, you know, I practiced what I preached in that video, you know, doing that research and being like, okay, so these are the most popular classes on having a YouTube class. And, you know, these are the times that these popular teachers have this class available. You know, what times am I available that are not in the same time frame as the other YouTube teachers? And I think, you know, going off of that is what's getting me, you know, this little boost of Outschool enrollments, and on a subject that I feel like I don't have to do a whole lot of ESL on, if any at all. And like I said, I'm not trying to, you know, rip a big one on ALLSCHOOL. You know, I just feel like ALLSCHOOL would be a better fit if you are wanting to teach ESL lessons. Whereas Outschool would be something that you would see like YouTube, Montessori, history, cooking, you know, all those subjects for the Western world. And this is what this is sort of more so in my element, and the reason why I left VIP Kid to teach on Outschool was teaching stuff that I actually want to teach, and not stuff that, you know, was told by someone else, and this was the stuff that you had to teach with props and all that stuff. So, you know, this is really actually more so my element than ALLSCHOOL. Although, like I said, if you prefer to teach ALLSCHOOL, or you tried to go on Outschool and they didn't let you in, you know, I understand that as well. Obviously, you know, it is still a option. So can't complain there. But this is what I have so far. I have no other learners for the other camps for the rest of the summer, but obviously that could change at any given point. I'm not complaining what I see here, and just really impressed with how this resurgence came about. And hopefully this can give you an encouragement in realizing, like, maybe you want to apply to Outschool and you're not sure if it's going to be oversaturated. Like, this is someone who has been teaching on Outschool for almost 3 years, and, you know, I had a strong start and then it kind of died down, and then here I am again, kind of making a little bit of a resurgence in classes and teaching on here. And this is what I am seeing on my end of the platform, of kind of getting back at it, getting back into teaching, and realizing, you know, if you figure out what's trending, if you figure out what times are, you know, would be best for you that other teachers are not offering classes on, then there is a chance for you to be successful on Outschool.
As I said in my other previous video, it's also just how you make it. If you say, yes, I'm going to dedicate all my time to Outschool, you're going to be successful. You also could say the same thing for ALLSCHOOL. If you dedicate all your time to ALLSCHOOL, you're going to find success on ALLSCHOOL. So this is neither, oh, I'm going to be all Outschool now, forget ALLSCHOOL. I present ALLSCHOOL information as I'm given, and unfortunately, it just really hasn't been a lot lately. So, anywho, I hope you find benefit in this video, and if you have any other questions or comments or other recommendations for something else I should talk about on my channel, please leave a comment down below. I love hearing your suggestions. It helps gives those brain juices flowing in terms of what content that you want to see from me.
So I'm doing some meal prepping right now, which has been an interesting adventure to like in this new house and like new habits. So like one of the new habits would be meal planning. So you saw a little bit of like the breakfast sandwiches that I'm making, and then I'm going to be making a pasta dish eventually for a friend who just had a little foster baby come in. So I want to bless them in that. But I recently watched Online Teacher Dude's video about is online teaching forever? And it is a very great, interesting point, because I know in this video I talked about a resurgence on Outschool and how exciting that is. And at the end of the day, eventually my content will be shifting to where I'm not going to be talking about online teaching anymore, and I won't be doing Chrome Music Lab tutorials anymore. Then it's going to be something completely different. And I'm not saying like, oh, I'm just going to show meal prepping now. Although if that is what you want to see, let me know, because this has been quite an adventure for me, as a millennial, trying to figure out how to be budget friendly, how to still feed my bottomless pit of a hungry husband, and figuring out how to navigate and tackle that, even though we've been married at the time I'm filming this video almost 5 years. Probably by the time you're watching this, it would be either right at 5 years or super close to 5 years. Anyways, so, but it's such an interesting question that Tim brought up, that is online teaching something you want to do forever? And the fact of the matter is, I don't know when I'm ever going to have like a good stopping point, a halt in terms of online teaching, but I can agree with his sentiment that whatever I'm doing right now makes me happy. It's what I'm going to continue to do for now, and we know that in the future it will change eventually, and what that can look like, we're not sure. But if anything I've learned about being an online teacher, things change, we change with it, we pivot with it, and we determine whether we're going to continue alongside that, or if we're going to decide this is where I'm going to stop, and this is where my life and my priorities are going to shift for a little bit. So it really is a good thing to think about. And I don't know what your thoughts are about online teaching, or maybe whatever it is that you're doing right now. Maybe you just stumbled upon my video because you're just like, who the heck is this lady? So it is something to think about. And I know, I am online teaching, but not really so much right now. So, let me know down in the comments, what do you think, is online teaching forever? Is this something you want to do for the long haul, for your end game, or do you see yourself doing something else? Please let me know, because I want to talk with you guys about that as well.